All right. Welcome to the Prison Show. I want to wish Ray Hill a happy birthday. Ray started this. Happy birthday! He started this show almost 37 years ago. We're coming right up on the 37th year here, I believe, in the next couple of months. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in. First off, we're in pledge drive here at KPFT. So for the Prison Show purposes, if you want to make a pledge, you need to call 713-526-4000 to make your pledge. And if you're one of the callers and you want to make a pledge, you can either call back on that line or let somebody know when you first get on the phone. Maybe they can take your pledge right then while you're on hold and get that taken care of. So, I've got Miss Terri LeClercq with me here.
Happy birthday, Ray. And remember, all you guys, you must pledge. I'm here to remind you, the little old lady English teacher, you must pledge tonight.
If the teacher told you to do it, what do? You do it. That's the way it works. Right. And if a young lady asks you nicely like that, what do? You do it. Or
you get threatened, you do it.
Well,
there you are.
And I'm going to pledge. I'm going to pledge.
All right, there we go. I've already pledged once this week, so... I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is the Prison Show. Ray Hill, happy birthday to you because you started this show those many years ago. And we're a lifeline, a hope for many, many thousands of guys behind the walls. And my condolences to you, Ray, and to the family and friends of Robert Pruitt, who was executed last night. I'm sure David Atwood will talk about that here shortly. Mm-hmm. And Robert and Ray were good friends, and I know today, even though it's his birthday, today is a little rough on Ray. So Ray, our hearts are with you, as always. We love you. Come up and see us sometime. He helped kick us off last week, the first week of Fun Drive, and we did well last week. But we need you to call 713-526-4000 and make a pledge in any amount. It all counts, but we have a goal that we have to make. All right. I've said enough about that. Now, first on the, I don't know what I do with my sheet tonight, but first on the list tonight, we've got Dave Atwood, who is actually here and not up on a mountaintop, navel gazing or whatever it is he does up there.
No Rocky Mountain.
No Rocky Mountain High. Yeah, none of that fancy stuff he does up there in Colorado. But he's also got folks from Journey of Hope here with him. And Dave, why don't I just turn it over to you and you
Great.
Get the ball rolling.
Thank you very much. Well, it's first of all, I'll say happy birthday, Ray. I want to also offer my condolences to Robert's family and friends. What a horrible thing to happen to any family. Totally unnecessary, totally counterproductive. We just have to stop the death penalty in Texas and every place else. And I just will mention real quickly, we have two other executions coming up, October 18th, Anthony Shore, and October 26th, Clinton Young. We need people to come out to the protests. We need people to write letters. We need people to be involved in this work to abolish the death penalty. We need your voice and we need your energy. But right now, we have coming into Houston, starting this evening, really, the Journey of Hope from Violence to Healing. And I have two wonderful people with me, George White and Shuja Graham, who are who are members on the Journey of Hope. They've been doing this for years, dedicating their lives, their time, everything they have to abolition of the death penalty, telling their stories, and we're going to be, I'll wrap it up with a few events that are going to go on later in the week, but tonight I want to let George and Shuja tell a little bit about their stories, and we'll start with Shuja, and go ahead, Shuja, just tell what you want to say from your heart.
First, let me begin by saying thanks to the Prison Radio Show for having us. I'm Shuja Graham, a death row survivor. I'm here with the Journey of Hope as a member of the Journey of Hope. And for the next 20 days, we'll be going throughout the state of Texas speaking. And it's a great opportunity for me to be here to fight. I'm not feeling that well right now as a consequence of yesterday's execution. And why? Because Robert Pruitt reminded me of myself. When I was a young boy, I went to prison at a very early age. I was 18 years old. While in prison, I was in prison for 3 years before I went to death row. And I went to death row because I joined the prison movement for social justice and fighting against the brutalities and inhumane conditions that existed in prison. I became very political when I was in prison. And in 1973, November the 27th, the day I'll never forget, an uprising happened in the prison that I was in. A human being was killed and murdered. And for the next 9 years, I had to fight for my life. I'm a survivor of 4 trials. My first trial ended in a hung jury. The jury couldn't determine my guilt or innocence. In my second trial, I was convicted and sentenced to die at San Quentin to gas penetrate upon my personhood. And a wonderful thing happened to me. When I went off to death row, 2 young students, 2 young children that I never met, that used to not go to school someday to attend my trial. And when I was convicted and sentenced to death, they was the first 2 to come to see me. And they said, Suja, we're going to get you out of here. I didn't say it to them, but I said to myself, what can some young students do against the power of the state of California? Little did I know, they went out and organized, sold cookies, and talked to the public and gave them awareness. And next thing I know, after 3 years, the courts overturned my conviction. And I thought I would be going home fairly soon, but due to the racism, in not only the California prison system, but throughout the United States of America, I had a 3rd trial. And it was there in my 3rd trial the jury couldn't determine my guilt or innocence. And you would think, and my case was overturned because they systematically excluded all African Americans off the jury. And you would think in my 3rd and 4th trial we would have some type of peoples of color on our jury. In the 3rd trial, my jury was all white. Again, the jury couldn't determine my guilt or innocence. Then I had a 4th trial a year later. I was 18 when I came to prison, and I had reached my 30th birthday. And I was like a little kid. I woke up that morning. I couldn't conceive for the life of me if they convict me and I go back to prison, how I could start over again. But I was very fortunate. It was there in my 4th trial. I was acquitted. And ever since I left prison, I've been doing this work. And I'm going to continue to do this work until the day I die. I'm totally against incarceration, prison system in the United States of America. I'm for education and not punishment. And that's what I want us to do as a people, evolve and get away from capital punishment. I don't want to see capital punishment as an alternative when violence happens in our community. So thank you all for having me here and continue to do the good work.
Thank you,
Wow.
Well,
I
bless
mean,
you.
thank you. Wow.
What a great testimony.
That,
I'm blown away.
folks, you can't get a story any stronger than that.
No.
Wow.
So we'll go on
Well,
to George now. George White,
okay.
and he's got also a very compelling story.
I come from a little bit different story than Suja, but we're brothers. I was living my little piece of the American dream in Enterprise, Alabama. I was married. My wife Charlene, I called her Char, and we had 2 small children. My son Tom was 12 and daughter Christy 5. I was living my little piece of the American dream. I was vice president of an independent chain of building supply stores. Enterprise is a small city of about 20,000, and our general offices were adjacent to the store there in Enterprise. Trying to make this real short, folks. In response to a call from a customer, after hours, my wife and I were on the way out to dinner and a movie, and the kids were spending the night with their grandmother. And I agreed to meet the man out the store, and we went out there. 5 minutes later, knocked at the door, or opened the door expecting a grateful customer. And what happened is Char and I were shot multiple times and left for dead. Literally, Char died in my arms. Obviously, I lived. But for my children, my family, and I, that was just the beginning of the nightmare, because 16 months later I was indicted, arrested, and charged with the capital murder of my wife. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I knew in my head what was happening, but to this day, in my heart, I couldn't believe it. I had a court-appointed lawyer by the name of Paul Young. And Alabama doesn't have public defender's offices. I hired Paul for $1. It was all I could clear up. He represented me, as it turned out, for more than 7 years. We went to trial. I was still clinging to what I'd been brought up to believe, that once we got to trial, that truth without justice, whatever that is, would prevail. I knew it couldn't be made right, but I thought it would be brought back into some kind of balance. And it was a death penalty trial, folks. The state of Alabama asked a jury to condemn me to death. I was convicted. I couldn't believe it. However, I was more fortunate than my brother. I got a sentence of life. Of course, in my estimation, it was another way of dying day by day, but that's another story. And by the way, I didn't get a death sentence because I benefited from white privilege.
Right.
Now, please understand I'm grateful, but that ain't right. I spent the next 2 years, 103 days in an Alabama prison. On the first appeal, my conviction was overturned. Unanimously, I was released pending further proceedings. I came back into the community. The label was now accused murderer again. Paul continued to stand by my side. My children continued to love me. My baby sister and what have you took them in. We thought we were going back to trial, but it was delayed over our objection for more than 3 years through 16 sessions of criminal court. Again and again and again. Nobody wanted to end up with it. Finally, and let's just make it very briefly, through Paul's efforts and through some others, we uncovered the evidence that absolutely proved my innocence, that had sat molding and rotting in state files for more than 7 years, 104 separate items of evidence. We confronted the prosecution with it. Next day, there was a hastily called hearing. The state came forward with a motion to dismiss, and the charge was forevermore dismissed against me. What began with a bang, actually with 6 bangs, ended with a whimper. As we exited the courthouse, we were met by the media. It wasn't big national news, but it sure was big news in southeast Alabama. And when they stuck the microphones in the face of the district attorney, Mr. Joel Farmer, they said, well, what does this mean? What happens now? And his response was, we're reopening the investigation. We're looking for the man who did it. I have no further comment. And he walked away. I went from, not all murder victim family members go to hatred, but I did. I went from not really thinking about the death penalty. I knew there was one, but I never much thought about it. I'm kind of ashamed to say that. But then I went to hatred. And for a long time, I was a hating fellow. Not only the man that murdered my wife, but all these folks in the system that failed me. But I was brought up to believe in a loving God. And for more than 7 years, I cursed my God. But as I came to understand, it wasn't hatred that sustained me, it was love. No matter how bad it got for me, and it did, I couldn't comprehend how it was for my babies, my son and daughter. They lost their mama, and the state of Alabama said, your daddy did it. And their response, and this is in no way minimize their anger, their pain, their outrage, but their response was to keep on loving me. Sometimes hating's easy. Sometimes it's this loving stuff that's hard. That's the short version, folks. I have come a long and somewhat tortuous path to where I stand today, absolutely and totally opposed to the death penalty in every circumstance and for every reason. I looked for every way I could to hold on to that hatred. It didn't affect the man that murdered my wife. It didn't affect the people. No amount of retaliatory violence will heal the wounds of our loss. That's a damnable lie. How can the taking of another human life at some date and time and certain in the future give me back my wife, give my children back their mother, balance the scale? No.
Or the years.
Or the years. Or all of those other losses. I'm running long. I don't mean to. Bottom line, folks, for years I couldn't remember my wife except as all I saw, and no one ought to live like that.
Right.
Today, by the grace of God, and I still have angry days, I'm entitled to them, but today, by the grace of God, I can look into my faces of my children, and now my 7 grandbabies, and I can see reflected there the legacy of Charlene White, life and love. And most days I can smile. We're trying to help stop this senseless killing. We're speaking out all over the state, wherever we can get in, use these stories. I don't want to debate the death penalty. I can, but I don't want to do it. I want a dialogue. I'll shut up and listen to you if you'll shut up and listen to me. Let's go eyeball to eyeball. Let's go all the way around the rim.
The difference is you know something about it. Most Americans don't know a damn thing about it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But
and I got to say, I'm proud to sit in a room with you two guys that are willing to come forward and tell your story again and again, trying to enlighten people.
Trying to bring good from the bad.
Trying to bring good from the bad. Makes me want to cry.
God bless you.
Makes me cry. All of those of you out there who are listening, you cannot imagine what it's like to sit in a small room with these two people and listen to these two stories. I'm amazed we're able to sit here with all of this love and all of this pain in one room. I am so grateful that I was able to be here tonight and to see you two and hear your sincerity, your positivity in a world that is pretty negative. And you've seen the most negative that we have to offer.
The worst side of it.
Yeah, and here you are. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's our privilege.
You know, I don't want to politicize this, but folks, if you're talking about the take a knee crap, if you're against it, you're full of crap. Because you're trying to make it about something that it's not about. It's about police brutality, it's about the racism, and it's about the unfairness and inequity that exists day to day all over this damn country.
My lawyer, Paul Young, my lawyer, my counselor, my friend, and still my dearest friend on the face of the earth. Paul always told me a whole lot of things. But he always told me, son, ain't no end to doing right.
Right.
Ain't no end to doing right. This ain't and shouldn't be about politics. It should be about doing what's right.
Right. Bottom line on all of it, no matter where you stand, no matter where you are, if you're not against those bad things, you're giving them cover at the very least if you're not supporting them in a passive-aggressive manner.
Yeah.
You know, at the very least, you're giving them shade, you're giving them cover. And that's not okay. It's just not okay.
And Hank, these three people are here from the Journey of Hope.
Journey
From
of Hope.
Violence to Healing, Texas 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got a little plug that I'm supposed to tell about. But all the details about this Journey of Hope stuff. There's a website, Death Penalty Action, all, words all together, .org / Journey of Hope. All the words are all together. Go on there. There's links to tell you about what the Journey of Hope is, Texas death penalty information, schedule of public events.
Give them the address one more time so they can definitely find it.
deathpenaltyaction.org / Journey of Hope.
Okay.
And again, there's all kinds of things. You can read it and find it. It'll tell you where the public events are. It's open doors. It's open doors. Come to these public events. Let us have it. I mean, if you're absolutely in favor of the death penalty, by God, please come.
Yeah.
Let's sit down and talk.
You need it as bad as anybody.
Yeah. But let me say this to the guys out there. We're out here fighting for you guys, and for your families, and for the hope of the future. As an organization, and Susan's a murder victim family member too, by the way, we understand from both perspectives. We affirm all of those things, but we embrace death row family members who are often the forgotten ones,
Right.
and the family members of the executed. These are people that have suffered great losses too.
They're victims of crime too.
They're victims of crime too. Let's all put aside this garbage and let's do it together.
You know, if we could just learn to start letting go of the hate, we could learn to start grabbing onto the love.
Amen.
And I don't know, really,
Makes you.
I'm on the verge of bawling right now, hearing these two men talk.
And believe me, they're gonna, like George says, go to that website. We've got a number of public programs, and the first one is tomorrow night at Strake Jesuit High School at 7 o'clock. We're gonna have a movie called The Gathering. It's about exonerated death row prisoners, and it'll be the Texas premiere of this movie, which is an award-winning. It's won about 10 or 12 awards, I think, around the country.
Independent Film Awards. It's a powerful. And it's not real long.
Yeah.
And there will be the filmmaker Mickey Dickoff will be there too, and there'll be a bunch of us there and what have you. And, it might bring a tear to your eye too, but it's some powerful stuff. But let me also put a plug in for you all. It's your donate week.
Oh yeah,
folks, please help. Please reach out. Your dollars help programs like this keep going, and they're necessary. So let me urge you. And $5, $10, whatever.
We'll take it.
And if you're an attorney out there listening, maybe it's $500.
Bless you. Yeah, if you have the capacity to write more, bless your heart.
Yeah, if you can do it, do what you can do.
713.
There's no end to doing right.
713-526.
4,000.
4,000. That should have been easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, most of the shows use the other number, the studio line, but because we're a call-in show, we just use the front desk out there. So 713-526-4000. Folks, that's how this stays on the air. Oh, you two haven't met before?
No,
He's always on a mountain
We've heard
top.
each other. We've heard each other on the
Naval
radio.
gazing, yeah.
But no, this is the first time. So
Well,
thanks for having us on tonight. Really.
I feel like we're in the Hall of the Saints. Thank you guys.
Well, these
all.
guys are. I mean, I don't know how they think of themselves, but boy,
Well,
you can tell from their
We're
stories.
just folks.
yeah, but your folks are doing right.
Thank
In spite of the most horrible things this country can do to people, thank y'all so much for being here.
Our privilege.
It's my privilege.
Come back around.
All righty.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
All right, we've got somebody to thank here. Lee, we want to thank you for your generous pledge. Let's see. Dedicated to Tony Snow, or what? I can't read it. Oh, Tony Shore. Yeah, now that you've said it, I can. All right, dedicated to Tony Shore. So thank you, Lee. Generous pledge. It gets us on our way, folks. We do have a goal, and we're hundreds of dollars away from it right now. Hundreds.
But if you dial 713-526-4000, I bet we get closer.
I bet we get closer. I bet you that's right. Well, now you can also text your pledge. Hey, we're getting semi-modern here. You can text KPFT, then a space, and then TPS for the prison show to 41444, and it will automatically send you a link. You click on that, it takes you to a safe, secure donation site. Then there is. Okay, so then there's also online, and now I don't know if the tip jar, I haven't seen the tip jar on the Facebook page here recently, but there is a donate now button. There's also a there's a join button on our Facebook page. KPFT.org is where you find the donate now, and go on Facebook and go to not the prison show, to KPFT 90.1 FM there. And that has a button that says join, and really that takes you directly to where you can join, become a member, and make your pledge. 713-526-4000. Thank you so much, guys. Hold on a second here. Thank you so much, man.
I'll pass across again.
Lord willing. Yeah, Lord willing. Y'all come on anytime.
Guys,
Anytime,
let's make
y'all
money.
come on. Please,
Let's
please.
join all the
Thank
saints
y'all
that
so
we've
much.
got here.
Wow.
And I think it's about time to welcome Jennifer.
Yeah, I think, well, let's see. We got Jennifer on line one. Jennifer, how you doing? I am like $1 million every day, and I'm like 2 million right now.
Those of you
Having
listening,
just been in the presence of three great men, really.
This is amazing. Jennifer, I'm reminding listeners that you are the president of Texas Inmate Family Association, the statewide organization, people that are dedicated to the very families of people who are inside. I want to compliment you. Sitting here listening, stand up and applaud, please, because Jennifer takes her days, her money, her conviction with her everywhere she goes. She is on your side, and she is working very hard. And I want also to mention that they get a lot of letters through Tifa, and occasionally they will get a letter that is a really cranky letter, and I'm sticking up for Jennifer right now.
We get those every now and then.
Yeah, well, but I don't think it's fair that Jennifer does. She's out there working as hard as she can, and she gets a letter that you would think she was the head of a national law firm. She is not. She is doing the best she can do, and let's hear it. Jennifer, what's up?
Well, first of all, following those gentlemen's stories, that's a hard act to follow.
I hope you don't have to, get on death row to do that. Just go straight.
But I think it demonstrates an important task that we all have to do, and that is we have to share the story. Because we have to let people know that there are human beings behind all of these criminal justice issues, whether we talk about the death penalty, whether we talk about work time credit, whether we talk about second look for those who are convicted, before the age of 18. That we need to get those stories out there and pull at the heartstrings of our communities, because they don't know what's happening unless we tell them. With that said, one of the things that Tifa is doing is collecting stories. We're collecting stories for next session. We're already working on 2019. I know Elizabeth Henneke is collecting stories for Second Look. Second Look has a summit coming up in November 17th and 18th. So, guys, if y'all have stories that y'all want to share that you think would help us with this cause, please write, please send this to us. I have been blessed once again just this week I have a professional writer who has been published, who's in the Austin chapter now, and she is willing to take on that project and take your stories and get them all neatly packaged for us so we can hand them to legislators, put them on our websites, put them out there for the news media, anything to support why our legislators should pass these bills for second look and work time credit and abolishing the death penalty. So, help.
Ban the box.
That is the way you can help us with that. I'm sorry?
And ban the box.
And ban the box and fair housing and everything, reentry, everything. It's just something that has been pushed under the porch, but now is our chance because we are in the headlines. So let's get the stories out there and tell them the truth behind all these tragedies. It's just not one person suffering. It's everybody. It's our communities. It's our family.
And these aren't wild-eyed ideas. These are things that we know work for people.
Yes.
Yes. That make it more efficient and a better turnout for everyone involved.
Right. Just 2 weeks ago, I visited with Jessica Brand. She's with the Fair Punishment Project. She just moved to Austin from Washington, D.C. She'll be working on stories and with the media in the Dallas and the San Antonio areas. And what she's trying to do is get these positive stories in the news media so that we can have some ammunition when it comes to district attorneys and sheriffs and their powerful lobbies that all they want to do is prosecute and get the harshest sentence that they can. So we want to turn it to where everything is more reasonable and makes sense. We all agree that, crimes and there should be a punishment, there should be accountability, but for everybody. So let's just make everybody and hold everybody accountable. With accountability, I want to move to the next topic, and that's interim charges. Tifa submitted 2 interim charges through Representative Johnson's office. these are topics
Jennifer,
that
what are interim charges?
These are topics that we would like to see studied between the legislative sessions, the interim, and hopefully positive proposals will come out of the studies that could turn into bills for next session. So,
this is sounding good. Like what?
So what Tifa submitted was one basically on oversight. I got some statistics on TDCJ suicide attempts, that in June of 2017, there were 182 suicide attempts, and that's double the number from 2014. So,
Jennifer, what do you think caused that jump? That's horrible.
Well, it's in June, so there could be a number of issues there. It could be the heat. It could be the K2. It could be a mislabeling of the issue with the guards. And that's what we want from the study, is tell us why. Is this a reporting issue? Is this reality, or what's causing this? Because along with the number of attempted suicides that went up, also the number of major use of force and use of chemical agents. So I don't know if that's related to K2 and those issues, understaffing, heat, but it's something that I would like to see them look at, tell us why, be transparent, and give some accountability. Real quickly, what I also turned in was to look and study education. We know that there were 15,000 on the list to get into trade programs, and here recently they started limiting people to only one trade. They were telling people you have to be within 5 years of your projected release date. It's kind of kicked a lot of people off, and what has happened is it's because it's been so sluggish with the hurricane, there's a lot of empty chairs in the classroom. I was working with Alvin College. They had 336 empty chairs over 46 classes. So
empty?
if you
Wait, empty?
Empty.
Yeah.
They couldn't get filled because they couldn't get people moved or transferred from one list to a registration list, or they weren't qualified. It's just a breakdown in the system, and we've got to fix that. If rehabilitation is going to be their mantra, then we've got to fix this, and we've got to make education available. One last thing, because I know my time's getting short.
Yes, ma'am.
The PAC conference is October 21st, Saturday. Please have your families go. The parole board, the commissioners, Mr. Collier, medical will be there, education will be there. If anybody's having problems, that's your chance to meet those people face to face and get them worked out and get them solved. That's at Huntsville, and we'll be sending more information out about that.
Jennifer, the PACT conference will be in Huntsville. Tell us again when.
October 21st, Saturday, from 8 to 2, and it's at the University Conference Center.
Okay.
There in Houston.
Great. We'll all see you there. Thank you again for all of the hard work you do and all of the work that the chapter heads and chapters do. All of you guys who are listening out there, you need to know they are working their rear ends off for you. They have not forgotten you. And Jennifer is the head of this organization, and we should clap, clap, clap. Thank you.
And we do.
Bless you all. And y'all send your pledges in to the prison show. We can't do it with all our partners. Without them, you wouldn't hear from us. And guys, we like hearing from you. So tell your families to get information at TIFA.org. Pledge to the prison show, and we look forward to hearing from you and seeing your families in the meetings.
Jennifer, we want to thank you so much for coming on, and we will talk to you your next time in the rotation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
All right, you too.
And it's pledge time. We need you to call in those pledges so that people like Jennifer can be heard across the state. Otherwise, how could we hear her? 713-526-4000. Round up all of your pennies. Call them in. Thank you.
Yep. All right. And we want to thank Gary and David for their generous pledges. Folks, that's only 3 pledges tonight. So we've got hundreds of dollars to go to make our goal. We're not a third of the way there yet. So that means 713-526-4000. And all right. So, wait. Here's
Cha-ching.
Here's
Cha-ching.
another one. We want to thank another David. Nice. All right. Well, we're making a little progress. That's 4 pledges. So, we need about 14 more, maybe 16, 18. And now it's Terri LeClercq's time to speak with us.
And here I am.
And here she is.
Here I am.
Lo and behold.
I'm reminding you that I'm the author of a graphic novel, which is a comic book, called
In Spanish and English.
In Spanish and English, called Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write. The book is available through Amazon, and your loved ones can send them in. And I'm going to brag for just a minute, Hank, because I just got this letter this week. It said, hey, your novel is catching fire. Everyone's asking me to use it all of a sudden. Some cat I let use it for a while back beat his case. All I've been able to tell him when someone wants to order it is that they can get their people to order it through Amazon. Write, keep it up. And so I say,
there it is.
Write, keep it up.
There it is.
Right. And the book tells you to not write grievances if you're going to be frivolous or if you're just out to get some officer. That clogs up the system. There are plenty of reasonable, logical grievances that need to get into the system. Please don't clog it up. But if you need to write a grievance, you might want to do it correctly and follow the rules. I don't know whether you guys know this, but because of Lon Berman and his wife, and the Darrington chaplain, I think his name is Signy, there is now a Quaker community at Cofield.
Oh, you know what? I just read something about that about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The Darrington chaplain got with some very nice people, and they were able to move some of the Quakers into Cofield so that they can practice within their community, and I think that is a great step forward.
Well, it's a pretty nice move on the part of TDCJ to actually accommodate that.
That's right. That's right.
I consider that, any little piece of progress like that's got to help.
Right. And I mean, there is a federal law, the RUPA law, that talks about religious freedom and discrimination, but it's not always at the top of their list of things to think about.
Yeah.
So I'm really delighted with that. Then there is something else. Darrington's Christopher Dye shared some poetry with me this month. And as you know, I'm an English professor. I tend to like poetry. One was an especially good piece about the lack of dialogue, and we were just talking about needing dialogue, that allows senseless officer murders of people they're afraid of. And so the poem lists all of those clips we've seen on TV of people being shot in the back with their hands up.
Yeah.
And his poem addresses that issue specifically. It was just a wonderful one. The question then, Mr. Dye, I'm asking you directly, how do we have that dialogue when we all seem to live, even those of us out here, in silos? And those silos reverberate our own ideas instead of letting us live out in the open, where we're open, have open hearts and open mind to other people's ideas. It's hard.
Well, I like my ideas.
And you're going to stick
That may
with
be
it.
part of the problem.
I think that might be part of the problem.
Dadgum.
There's someone at McConnell filing retaliation grievances, and I think that is an important question. TD at the University of Ottawa, all I talk about is you guys.
Book signings, book tours,
but
speaking engagements.
It's all about inmates. It's about prison conditions. So if I'm not writing back, I'm talking back. And I'm trying to get students, law students and undergraduate students, interested in this cause and try to get them involved in your lives and in your condition.
Well, you shouldn't look at me when you say you're behind on your letter writing, because I'm the worst one about it. So,
well, I have gotten
I hope people
7
will look
letters
past your
from
little...
one inmate waiting for me to write him back.
Wow.
He has more time than I do, and he is not taking as many trips, although I heard that during the flooding, a lot of people took a lot of trips.
Yeah.
But I will get to you, I promise. I really care for you. God bless all of you.
Well, Terri LeClercq, thank you, as always. And you're going to continue to co-host with me tonight? So.
I am, and I'm going to say, send your money. If you are listening, you too can send money. I promise you, we will take your nickels, your dimes, your quarters. I will take a $500 bill. If you will send it to call in 713-526-4000. We have people waiting with their little pens and paper to take your pledges.
Waiting to take your pledge in any amount. It's all helpful to us. $1, $5, $10, $500 if you can do that. $5,000 if you can do that. But whatever it is, that's what it takes to keep the station on the air, which keeps the prison show on the air, which keeps Daniel Minisini giving me the thumbs up and,
because we're not
government
sponsored. We are you sponsored. We are the people's radio. Please be a people and help us out.
It's community. We really are the only true community radio in the greater Houston area. The only one. The closest you'll get besides us would be like, one of the university stations, actually. And that really is about the only thing even remotely close to us.
That's right.
So you got to support KPFT. 713-526-4000. Now, we've got, all right, I'm going to introduce her, Teresa Sinetta. And rather than me butting in and telling your story, why don't I let you tell your story?
Well, this is Teresa. This is Robert Pruitt's fiance. Yesterday was the hardest day of my life, but also the most beautiful day of my life. I had a lovely last visit with Robert. He was full of joy, full of happiness, and at about 4:55 p.m., he made his last call to me at the hospitality house, and he wanted me to let everybody know that he loves you and that he's with you and he appreciates all of your love, all of your support through all of these hard times. But yeah, he just wanted me to pass on his love, and I felt I needed to come down here tonight to tell you that he's at peace. He's happy, and there's so much nonsense that's going on in the media at the moment, saying that he was shouting and screaming. He was not. He was at peace. Anybody that knows Tool knows that he likes to get loud at times, and I'm sure you're going to miss that about him, but he was so at peace, and when he slipped away, he went off to the chapel, and I went to see him, and I gave him his first kiss that he's had in 22 years, and I said goodnight. And I just want you all to know that he's at peace, and he's happy, and he is with me. And if anybody wants to reach out, if anybody wants to talk to Tool, he's part of my soul, so you can reach out to me too. And you can speak to whoever visits. Just get him to find me. I'm not hard to find on Facebook. Get him to find me, and you can reach out to me. I'll be there for you. And I love you all, and you take care. Good night.
Well, thank you. This has been a very powerful show. We start off with a couple of guys that have had the worst done to them, even though they didn't deserve it, even though they were innocent. We have another man that was executed yesterday, and his fiance came down to tell you how much he loves us all, and that he was at peace when he went. And that, well, I mean, let's face it, the media looks for all kinds of crap to put up, and some of it is crap. I hate to say it, but some of it is
and a lot of it is negative. What she came to say.
And a lot of it is negative.
She was saying, let's be positive. This was a horrible thing to happen. He was murdered by the state.
Didn't fix anything for anybody.
No.
Nobody anywhere got anything out of this.
No. But if she can be positive,
yeah,
we can be positive.
Well,
we don't have to have more negative stories out there.
And these two guys, wow. I mean, I'm going to have to quit thinking about it.
Yep.
All right. So let me see. Where are we?
Where we are is in a fund drive.
Yeah.
We are going to get all of our pennies together and call 713-526-4000 because this station is for you and we need you.
Hey, I want to say something. We had the hurricane. Thousands of homes, tens of thousands of homes damaged and everything. Inmates have given almost $60,000 towards recovery efforts.
$60,000.
Almost 60. It's,
Wow.
I forget now. It's between 56 and 59 $50,000.
Which
That
might suggest that the people on the inside still have a heart, they're human, and that they reach out to other people.
and they care about what goes on out here in the world and in society.
That's right.
These are not throwaways. These are keepers.
Keepers, that's good.
Yeah.
These are keepers.
These are keepers.
That's right.
No sé
And
si
they're-
habéis oído lo que nos acaban de decir. Nos acaban de decir que los presos han juntado 56.000, entre 56.000 y 59.000 dólares para ayudar a las familias que se han quedado sin casa aquí en Houston con el huracán que tuvimos hace varias semanas.
This is Daniel Minisini. He's going to be summarizing things and give us a little report.
Aquí estamos. Muy buenas noches a todos los que entienden español, a todos los que hablan español, a la comunidad latina, a los hispanos. Acabo de volver de México, de la capital. Ahí he estado, tengo todavía el polvo de esa capital, donde ahí también se está recuperando la gente del terremoto, al igual que nosotros aquí en Houston nos estamos recuperando del huracán. Es muy difícil hoy, muy difícil el resumen, porque no sé si lo habéis visto, que estamos también en Facebook Live, podéis ir a The Prison Show en Facebook Live, para ver qué es lo que ha pasado aquí hoy. Hemos tenido aquí una serie de personajes increíbles de los que os voy a hablar ahora. Y lo que os quiero recordar también es que estamos recaudando dinero para poder seguir con este programa. El número para llamar, y necesitamos que nos ayudéis vosotros, que os estáis oyendo, es 713-526-4000. Le voy a repetir varias veces, 713-526-4000. Ante todo, ¡cumpleaños feliz! Rey! ¡Happy birthday! Así que este es el cumpleaños de uno de las personas más importantes de The Prison Show, Ray Hill, uno de los pocos, el único fundador de KPFT. He was a founder of KPFT.
He was one of the founders.
Yeah.
One of the founders. He founded the
Yeah.
Prison Show, but he was one of the founders for KPFT.
Yeah, eso es lo que digo, es un fundador de KPFT y el que nos ha dado la alegría de este Prison Show desde el marzo del 1980. Lo que ha pasado aquí en los últimos 50 minutos ha sido que hemos tenido una serie de personajes increíbles. Hemos tenido aquí, ahora mismo, hace un par de minutos, a la pareja de Robert Pruitt, que como sabéis ha sido ejecutado ayer. Ha venido aquí, nos ha dicho dos frases muy simples. Nos ha dicho que Pruitt, que ha sido ejecutado, nos ha dejado en paz, nos ha mandado todo su cariño y el amor, se ha abrazado con su novia y quería decir que si queréis hablar a ella, que la contactéis a través de Facebook. Hemos tenido otras dos personas muy especiales, Suya y George. Hacen parte de una asociación que se llama Journey of Hope. Os lo voy a enseñar aquí para los que tenéis el Facebook Live. Journey of Hope es el viaje de la esperanza. Es una asociación donde reúne exonerados de la corredor de la muerte, familias de las víctimas y varias personas que están alrededor de la tristeza de la cárcel. Suya Graham es un hombre de color, como le habréis visto en Facebook Live si lo estáis mirando, y ha sobrevivido al corredor de la muerte. A 18 años ha entrado en la cárcel y después de 3 años entra en el corredor de la muerte porque había una protesta en la cárcel. Estamos en el 1973, una época muy donde cada acción que pasaba en la cárcel era muy politizada. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Una persona muere de muerte violenta en esa protesta y a él le cae la capital punishment. Le ponen en la cárcel, en el corredor de la muerte, y está ahí luchando para salir porque no ha sido él. Pasa 9 años luchando por su vida. Encuentra a 2 estudiantes, le ayudaron tanto que la corte y los jueces cambiaron de su opinión. Y él salió de la cárcel. Desde que salió de la cárcel ha sido un activista para abolir la pena de muerte y para intentar arreglar mucho de lo que hay que arreglar en este sistema de TDCJ, Texas Department of Criminal Justice. La otra persona que estaba aquí a su lado y que también hace parte del viaje a la esperanza de Journey of Hope es George White. Nos cuenta su historia en pocos minutos y dice, es un empresario de Alabama, tiene 2 hijos, una mujer, está en el sueño americano, sale de cena sale a cenar con su mujer, vuelve a casa y le disparan a él y a su mujer, a él casi le matan, a la mujer la matan. Pasan pocos meses, llega la policía, le hacen un juicio y le ponen en la cárcel porque le acusan de haber matado a su mujer. Y entra en el corredor de la muerte. A él le cae condena perpetua porque George White es blanco, al contrario de Susan Graham. Y él dice, gracias a Dios que he sido blanco. Pero se da cuenta de lo equivocado que está el sistema. Tardaron 7 años para retirar las acusas, porque él también era inocente. Nos dice que sus hijos y su familia siempre han seguido amándole. Ese es el mensaje que nos dice, la cosa más difícil es el amor. Seguir amando en una situación de ese tipo. Bueno, os dejo ahora con este último minuto, one more minute to remember to our listeners la importancia de The Prison Show. ¿Por qué es importante? Why is so important the Prison Show for also the Latino community, por la comunidad de los hispanos? Tenemos aquí cada día personajes increíbles como estos. Tenemos abogados, tenemos jueces. Llamar a este número, 713-526-4000. 713-526-4000. Abogados, jueces, senadores, consejeros del ayuntamiento, vienen aquí para decirnos cómo comportarnos para evitar entrar en el sistema de la cárcel. Y después tenemos muchísimas asociaciones que ayudan a la gente que está en la cárcel, con problemas médicos. Después asociaciones que ayudan a las familias que se han quedado fuera, cuando tienen a un miembro de la familia en la cárcel, como por ejemplo Tifa. Y después damos las noticias a los presos. Cuando cambian las reglas, por ejemplo, de Internet, de Facebook, cambian las reglas, os lo decimos. Podéis llevar el pelo más largo, la barba más corta, os lo decimos. Denunciamos la encarcelación de masa, la pena de muerte. Ayudamos a encontrar trabajo cuando los presos salen de la cárcel, que tienen que volver a entrar a la sociedad. Y sobre todo, como ha pasado ahora, damos el micrófono a quien ha vivido en la cárcel. 1, para que todos escuchen que son seres humanos, igual que vosotros que nos estáis escuchando. Y 2, para denunciar las barbaridades que sufren esta gente, incluso ir al corredor de la muerte cuando son inocentes. Os vuelvo a repetir el número, 713-526-4000. Llamar, decir que sois parte de la comunidad latina, que habéis escuchado a Daniel que os está traduciendo The Prison Show, y dejar $25 para ser miembro, $40, 50. Y si sois uno de los abogados, uno de los economistas que gana todavía más dinero, pues dejar $500, que es una cosa muy importante para nosotros. Cada hora que estamos aquí cuesta $150. 713-526-4000. Llamar a este número, 713-526-4000. 713-526-4000.
And what Daniel said, for those of us that don't speak Spanish, is that what the prison show does is the prison show brings you a service. Nowhere else are you going to get a service like the prison show. I mean, you got Terri LeClercq on tonight, and Terri LeClercq's just sitting here and writing out a pledge for us. Terri her and her husband are professors. They come here, they're professionals. They come here because they care. They come here because they provide a service. Terry's our book club. So she may not be pen pal, but if you want to read a book and you want to write anything in the world about that book to her, she's going to answer your letter. And she sends out hundreds, if not thousands of letters. And she will
100
respond.
to 400 a month.
There.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to read a
lot
book,
of people are reading.
You write Terri. And believe it or not, the more books you read, the easier the reading becomes. There's no better escape in prison, trust me, than reading books. Every time we went on lockdown, Jack, how many books did we get? Library let us have 3 or 4 of them at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the escape.
I think I read a whole series of Longhorn, Long Star, and all that.
Yeah. I mean, we'd stock up for lockdown. And then we got the lawyers and the attorneys. Guys, if you don't know where to get your ID card, we try and get people in here to do that. The Veterans Administration is coming on next week. Miss Linda Pugh will be here next week. Hank and I both will be over at the PAC conference on October 21st. So tell your families we'll be there. There's just so much going on. The number is 713-526-4000. And we don't care, like Daniel said. He said it in Spanish, I'm saying it in English. If you got $5, you got $20, you got $25, it really doesn't matter. And maybe you've only got the $5, but you know what? $5 a week, 5 times 52, that adds up real quick, doesn't it?
It all adds up.
Many. Yep. And we'd like to thank Miss Janice. Janice gave us a really good donation, and she did just what I'm talking about. It's called being a sustainer. She wanted to give us a certain amount of money, but she pledged so much a month until that amount was reached. So thank you very much, Janice. We really appreciate that. And I want to remind everybody that we're about halfway to our goal, and that means that we're on time because it's break time. It's time for the break song.
Electro Love 2017 is back. Even Hurricane Harvey can't keep KPFT down for long. This KPFT benefit show is scheduled for Saturday, October 14th at Last Concert Cafe. Gates are at 6 p.m. and music begins at 6:30. Stay the night to dance, twirl, hula hoop, and just get funky for KPFT. Hear Premium Blend, Junk in the Funk, Mojo Modular Johnson, part of the Complete Breakfast, and Showstoppers Pot Roast. All this fine entertainment is to benefit KPFT. So come on out to Last Concert Cafe at 1403 Nance in Houston and enjoy the funk on Saturday, October 14th at 6 p.m. for Electro Love 2017. KPFT, Houston.
Support KPFT during our 2017 Fall Fund Drive campaign. For over 47 years, we have depended on you to bring you the best radio possible. Your support keeps independent music, news, and ideas on the air. By contributing, you, the listener, enrich the lives and culture of our community, creating moments of wonder that can last a lifetime. Contribute today via phone by calling 713-526-5738 or online at kpft.org. Every inspiring and informative experience you find here on KPFT begins with you. Make a difference today. KPFT Houston.
KPFT Houston. Okay, we're ready to go to the calls now. I want to remind everybody, we're still a couple $100 away from our goals this evening. We still need your pledges, 713-526-4000. I don't know. We've got volunteers standing by. All right, let's go with, let me see, who's been waiting the longest here? Linda from Minnesota.
Hi there.
How's
How
everything?
are you guys?
Well, you know me, I'm like $1 million every day, so.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Just take that for everybody down here. How about that?
Good, good. I want to say hello to my friends back there, to Papa Rodriguez, and to Bullet, and Willie, and Rooster, and Miller L, and Madden, and all you guys in AA. I hope that you're doing okay. It's so good to be able to say hi to you guys again. And I hope you cut my call last week. It was kind of at the last minute, but I did get on there. That's the main thing. So, like I said, I did get a letter down to you, some of you guys, and hopefully you got them, and I'll wait to hear from you. So you just hang in there and take good care of yourself. I keep you in my prayers, and I think about you, and I hope that you're all doing very well. God bless you all. So just hang in there. And you guys in the radio show, too, you just hang in there. I do pray for you as well. So God bless you all.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Linda. Have
All
a great
right.
week.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Hank from Wisconsin. How's it going, Hank?
Hey, what's happening, brother?
Well, I don't know, man. We're in the middle of pledge drive and trying to make enough money to keep this station on the air for a quarter.
I know it. I sent you a couple bucks there. I called in early to donate.
Amen.
You know how that is.
Yep.
Celebrating my new job. I'm a John Deere employee. I went through the...
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, things are looking good, man. A fella can get out and do right. I had my mind made up before I ever got out. I was tired of all that there, so I was going to do right. And I've just been bettering myself each step, you know. Started out with a little old rinky-dink job and worked my way up to another one. Man, they were working me like a Hebrew slave. Now I'm in the union, making good money, good benefits and everything. Things are picking up.
Excellent.
I got my gal up here from Louisiana, Peg, hanging out with me, and been loving on Trudy Lynn and Jade. They're selves. Old Trudy, she's just a sweetheart, and Jade, she's kind of a rascal like her mama.
Uh-oh.
They are dogs. They're not other women.
Yeah, those are pups.
Yeah.
Like that, not other women.
Yeah,
Hey,
I didn't figure she'd let you run a
me-
chain of them
my
up there.
story, let me tell it, Peg. I was trying to impress the fellas. Yeah. I wanted to shout out to Bill Hill and Joe Bryan on the walls, and Jaleel and Opie and little Jimmy and Danny Nowak over there on Darrington Unit. I heard you got a little trouble, Danny, but I guess that happens. And I wanted to say hi to Junior and Davila over there on Ellis One. And if anybody's listening on Ramsey, too, a good friend of mine rode up over there this week, Todd McDaniel. Tell him he's needs to start listening to the prison show every Friday night so I can say hi to him, too. And did I hear somebody say that it was Ray Hill's birthday or something?
Sure enough.
Well, happy birthday, Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
He's a good man. If it wasn't for him and David O'Neill, I might not be where I am right now. They helped me get out of the penitentiary. I'll be forever grateful. And the shop, I got off work today and come home, and I'm hanging up everything on pegboards and everything in the shop, getting it organized. I took me a bunch of pallets, and I cut them all the boards off there, and I stained them. And I got a barn board and pallet board up on the inside of the shop. I got a big exhaust fan in the back window and got it so I can close it all in the wintertime so no heat will escape. It's really starting to shape up. Life is good out here, y'all. Y'all come on out and join me. Don't listen to all them haters that say you don't stand a chance, because dummy like me can do it. Anybody can. And I want to thank you all down there at the station for doing what you do. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for calling back.
I'm coming down there. I still get Christmas off. I know I'm going to make it to Louisiana. I might try to sneak right on down there to Houston.
Sneak over here, brother.
Friday. All righty.
All right.
Y'all have a good one, and thanks a lot.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Janie from Houston calling for the Polinsky unit.
Yeah, hi. This is for Jeremy Polinsky. Wanted to tell you a happy early birthday. I haven't got any letters from you at all. The last one was last Friday, which was the 1st. I don't know if they're still monitoring your mail or what. I check my mail, get those little notifications from the post office and all, so I haven't got anything, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But other than that, everything's okay. Just like I said, wanted to tell you happy birthday. I took a couple of days off from work, and I'm actually up here with my kids right now, just kind of relaxing and getting away from everything and so forth. But that's really it. This message also goes out to Jacob out at the Ramsey unit. Just seeing how you're doing. Everything's okay. I talked to your wife yesterday. She had actually talked to your mom yesterday as well. And so your mom said that the visit went really good last week and that you asked for more visits for them to go visit you every weekend and all that. So I'm not really sure what's going on with all that, but she just wanted me to tell you that she had talked to your mom and everything and, and all that. But anyway, I guess I will let you go, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, folks, we're in the middle of Pledge Drive here at KPFT, and the prison show has to make our goals. So we're always trying to be faithful to this station that keeps us on the air, which means we got to raise the money, which means call 713-526-4000 and make a pledge in any amount. Look, $1 is just as important as 10, or 10 is just as important as 100. Now, 100 is just as important as 1,000. It takes all of it to keep us on the air and moving forward. So we urge you now, 713-526-4000. Please call and make a pledge. Billy from London calling for the Polinsky unit.
What's happening, Hank? How's it going?
Oh, like $1 million every day, man.
Good, because I'm like $2 million, man.
Ow,
that's good stuff.
Love it.
Ooh. Right, this is for Big Will. Man, oh man, what a week I've had. Well, first of all, I love you about 9,000. Yeah, what a week. The boiler blew up. We had no hot water or nothing like that, so we had the engineers and everything out, and that got me down a little bit. So anyway, the next day, the postman rings the door. The artwork from Peter arrived, the artwork that you give to Peter. Man, oh man, that there is some severe shizzle. So that was all good. That made my day. I went over to the other person who lives on the road, who also writes as well. Known her for years, and didn't even know she writes Death Row, the same person. I told you it was in the JP. I'm not going to say any more on that though, but I took all the artwork over to her so she can have a look at it and whatnot. And yeah, man, we're having some good conversations and stuff. So what happened with the Anodin? Did you manage to get hold of it? The Anodin extras? Because I know you had a bit of a headache, you were saying in the letter. Yeah, my head's been pounding as well, so that's not good. So I hope that you got some good Anodins to take care of that. Yeah, in the other letter as well, that what you said that you slipped over. You didn't have the glass on, you slipped over and the paint trays went everywhere. So man, oh man, I bet that was some comedy stuff going on right there. So it's all good. So yeah, everything is popping good. Mouths are flowing nice. Mum's doing all right. I'm doing all right. She cut my hair the other day, and man, I was growing it all nice and long on top, and she cut my hair. I know whatever, like, it looks like I've got a basin cut. It's like all spiky on top and then around. It's like some hair jog. So I think I need to go down to the barbers to get that sorted out. So apart from that, everything is going cool. Did you manage to get information together what I asked you for in the JPay? Them 2 pieces of paper, so I want them in my collection. So if you could hook me up with them, that would be pretty good. So apart from that, I'm doing fine. Mum's doing good. Dolly's just sitting next to me. We've got some tacos at the shop, so tomorrow I'm going to have to go making tacos. I finally got me a root beer, if you want to call it a root beer. I had to pay like £7 English. That's like $10 for one drink. But man, oh man, was it worth it? Hell yeah. Got to crack on with that. And that other JPay, what I sent you with the screenshot, yeah, what are we gonna do about that kind of stuff? Man, oh man, there's some circus clowns around, but what can we do? You know what I mean? We just have to buckle up the boots and move on along. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm gonna hush my lips and give somebody else a chance to get on the radio. Lock in next week, and hopefully I'll have a response from you. I asked you in the JPay, and I'll have a recording hopefully next week. All right then, Will, I love you loads, and adios, man. Nice.
All right. Night, Billy.
All right. Cheers, yeah?
Guadalupe from, well, Guadalupe?
Sí, yes.
Okay.
Sí, buenas noches. Saludos para todas las personas que hacen posible este programa. Muchas gracias por su ayuda. Este saludo es para mi hijo Jan Ramírez. Hola, mi hijo, te mando muchos saludos, besos y abrazos, hijo, de aquí, de tu mamá. Siempre pensando en ti, pensando cómo has estado, qué has hecho, hijo, siempre te tengo en mi mente. Ahorita estaba un poquito frustrada porque no podía entrar, trataba desde las tempranito, pero no hasta ahorita, pero gracias a Dios que ya pude entrar, mi hijo, siempre para saludarlo, porque para mí usted es la prioridad, para mí estar al pendiente de usted, ¿verdad? No ayuda que no estoy recordándolo, mi hijo, yo lo quiero mucho a usted y quiero que esté tranquilo, que usted no se preocupe, verdad, que porque siempre está en mi mente, en mi corazón, todos los días pienso en usted, hijo. Y luego veo a la chiflada de Arabella y le digo, ¿quién es este? Tío Jan, aquí te pongo a Arabella para que te salude, mijo.
Hola.
Dile, tío Jan.
Hola.
Dile un besito, tío Jan.
Hola, tío.
Ya te mando un besito a la chiflada de Arabella, hijo. Así, mijo, que no se preocupe, mijo, y estoy pensando en usted, ¿verdad? Y gracias a Dios por todas las personas que lo quieren a usted mucho y lo visitan, mijo. Aquí le voy a pasar a Melissa para que lo salude y reciba muchos y abrazos, mijo, de aquí de México, de todos los que lo queremos. Siempre estamos pensando en usted y orando por usted, hijo. Que Dios me lo bendiga y me lo cuide. Aquí te pongo a Melissa, hijo.
Hola, John, soy Melissa. Espero que hayas tenido una buena semana. Estamos hablando como siempre para saludarte, para desearte lo mejor, para decirte que siempre pensamos en ti, que te queremos y te extrañamos. No has escrito, te has hecho un poquito flojo. Esperemos que nos escribas pronto. Te queremos mucho y te extrañamos. Dios te bendiga. Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too.
Jan from Corpus Christi.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'd like to shout out to Geronimo Gutierrez, Bill Cobble, Joseph Price-Dash, Robert Lee Woodard, Chong Tong, David L. Wood, David Renteria, Rudolfo Medrano, Alan Bridgers, Joey Garcia, Juan Raul Ramirez, and Perry Allen Austin, all at the Polunsky unit. And then I want to shout out to my godson, my wonderful godson, John Ramirez at Polunsky. He's the one that gave me those good friends. John, just want to let you know everything's going pretty well here. Next week, Dr. Dana's going to be there on Wednesday, and the week after that, on the 26th, on October 26th, Joyce and I will be coming that day, and at this point we're planning to bring Katana, and so that means Robert Lee Woodard. If you have her on your visitation list, Katana's going to come with us so that she can visit you that day. I hope everything works out. I hope you got my JPay asking you if she was going to be able to come, if you were able to put her on the list. I wasn't sure how all that was going to work at this point. But anyway, let me know, because she is planning to come with us on the 26th. But other than that, everything's going pretty well down here. John, and guys, our people at the church are still helping Rockport. They're going again tomorrow to rebuild their church, and Refugio to rebuild their church, because they were both totally destroyed. Okay, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And John Ramirez, remember, I love you. We, your godmothers, love you very much, and we'll see you on the 26th. Okay, everybody, have a good weekend. Good night, you guys.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bella, calling for the Polunsky unit. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir, and I know you are.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jedediah. Hey, baby, I love you and miss you, and it's been a busy day and a busy evening around here, but I'm finally home, so I took our little one in shower and to dinner and a movie afterwards, and then we went and picked up some pumpkins. That took a while because I let them choose them, so. But anyway, the new bird cage will be here tomorrow, and our little one wants us to go pick it up, but I think I'm going to send Danny because it's all the way in Winston-Salem. I just got a whole lot to get done, but either way, I'll send you some pictures of it, and I thought about it earlier today. I'll send you some of 2 cents because you haven't seen her yet. So, and our little one's going to the state fair on Monday, but she's not happy about the time they have to leave. She was complaining about that because she has to be at school at 6:30, and I told her to be happy she's getting to go, and she can sleep on the bus ride there, and so I know she'll have a good time. And so I'm not really sure, Jedediah, how to word this, okay, but I want you to have a really awesome weekend because Schaefer called me tonight to let us know that you won something. And I know this is terrible because I never remember everything he says or the wording, but you won something that will let him present an oral argument in New Orleans in about a month. And he said he'll speak before 3 justices. I think he said it was 3. And he was just like over the top happy. It was like this huge thing. And he wanted to know why he wasn't getting a reaction out of me. And so I just told him I appreciated him calling, and, you know, I just didn't understand a lot of it, and that's what he's there to do. And he says, well, you really don't understand. This is like big and this and this and this. And so I just want you to have a good weekend based on what he said. And he said he has a letter in the mail to you about it. And he was just so excited. So now I'm excited, and hopefully you will be after hearing this. And he said it was awesome news. So just know that I miss you, and I love you, and I wish I was there with you. But I'll see you soon, okay? So take care and stay safe for me, baby. I love you, Jedediah. Night, night, and sweet dreams. Thank you, Hank.
Good night, Bella.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bianca from Big Springs calling for the...
Cleveland.
Oh, for the Cleveland unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of far from the screen here, so. Okay.
I just wanted to do a shout-out for my husband, Michael Anthony Gomez. I love you, and I miss you. And just hold on, because we're going to get through the battle that we're facing, and I'll be there to see you in the morning. And your baby is going to say something. Okay? I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy. I miss you. It's me.
Okay, and I'd like to tell y'all this is my second time using this, so thank you so much for having it available for us.
Well, you're very welcome. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too.
Have
Thank
a good
you.
visit, too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, I need to pitch for a minute. We're in Pledge Drive. This is KPFT. We're listener-sponsored. We're community radio. You're the community. We're the radio. But we got to come together and raise this money. We're all donors here. I believe as a matter of fact, I'm sure everybody that's involved with the prison show and most of our guests are people that donate to keep this station on the air so that this show can stay on the air. 713-526-4000. 713-526-4000 is the number. You call in and make a pledge in any amount. I don't know where we are with our goals this evening, but you know, even if we raise too much, it's not too much, because we're always short of money around here. So let's keep doing it. I want to thank Terry. Speaking of regular guests on this show. Terri made a generous donation. So y'all heard her earlier? Well, you heard from her again with the money to help keep this show on the air. So I want to thank Terri. All right, Miss Linda came in. She's going to do her shout-outs while we got all the long holds off. So we're going to let her shout out.
Okay, yeah, I got a complaint last week because I didn't do shout-outs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I want to do some shout-outs to the Polunsky unit. Will Spear, John Ramirez, Irving Davis, Robert Frada, Jaime Cole, John Rubio, Danny Bible, Eugene Broxton, Billy Wardlow, Fabian Hernandez, Michael Gonzalez, Abel Ochoa, Patrick Murphy, Daniel Acker, Tony Medina, Federico Valdez, Milton Gobert, Carlos Trevino, Ronald Powell, Dennis Hope, Stephen Russell, Fernando Patino, Greg Gomez, Jason Hernandez, Benito, Derek Gales, Rubio, John Hummel, Blaine Milam, Elijah Jobert, Anthony Shore, Larry Swearinger, and Perry Williams. Carlos Bouchette, Chucky, and Wendy On Sanders, and Vincent Baker, and Jesse Hill. Hey, you guys are doing awesome jobs at the craft shop. I love all the stuff you do, and I really am looking forward to getting some more stuff from y'all. Kenneth Keeble, Joe Escobedo, Terry Milligan, Rosendo Rodriguez, Beretta, Douglas Armstrong, Michael Winfrey, Antonio Mathis, Rasheen Robinson. Wants to shout out to Glenn A.T.L. Gordon, Lawrence Owen Akins, Nunu, Cody Easter, Wayne Jackson, Lionel Atkins, and Carlos Kidd. The Ramsey unit, Alva McGrath, Tandy Wilkerson, Harvey Fortune. Wallace Pack 1, John Millette wants to shout out to all IWW members in Pack 1. The Darrington unit, James Swarthart, Ray, Christopher Dye, Jeff Andrizak, Jason Williams, and MG. Ferguson unit, Javier Mayorga, Jimmy Carrington, Adam Wilkerson, Stephen Duke, Jeffrey Wallace, and Robert Shepard. The Eastham unit, okay, I've got this right. I got your letter, Robert. This is to your brother, James Shepard. I'll send you my home address because obviously our mail is getting taken here and we're not getting it. So when I write you back, I'll give you my home address. Hobby unit, Angel Stolas. Stringfella, Salvador Urate, Samuel Solomon. Jester 3 unit, Albert Davis and Chris Wright. Hightower unit, Arthur Murphy. The Wind unit, my little brother, Guy Alexander. Hey, I'll be at the Wind unit in the morning. Karen's going to pick me up about 9 o'clock, and she's going to come see a.k.a. Colton, Cowboy, and I'll come see you. Rooster, JC, Dirty, JR, Zigzag, Cowboy, Woody, and Woo Woo is our shout-outs from my little brother, Guy. He's also shouting out to J-Doug, John Boy, Sean, Roadrunner, Wes, Truck Driver, Randy, and Jesse. Jester 1, Frederick Washington, and Bill Sims. The Wall unit, David Barber. And that's all I've got tonight, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. I'll be on death row tomorrow night and be at the Wind unit in the morning. So talk to you later, guys. Good night.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Linda. Okay, let me see. Where'd I leave off here? We're going to get with, Lydia from McAllen. How you doing?
Yes. Hi, good evening. We're doing fine here in the Rio Grande Valley. Doing good. Got some rain this week, so that's good. I sent you a date, Papacito, yesterday, and I sent you some pictures on Wednesday. And I forgot to include the ones that I had taken of Tachita and her family up in Monterrey when we went. But I'll send them next time around, okay? And actually, I just talked to Tachita a few minutes ago. She was calling to let me know that she's not coming into the quinceañera for tomorrow. So we should be over at that place for the quinceañera at 5:30, and it's going to be going till 1 o'clock in the morning, so I doubt I don't think I'll make it to 1 o'clock, mijo. Maybe 10, 11. That'll be about it. But I'll take pictures to send to you, okay? And Edward's here in town. I think he was here since Wednesday, and Jennifer's not coming. She had bought tickets. She said expensive tickets to some concert. I guess they're in Austin for her and the kids and Odie. But that's it, mijo. I spoke to Jamila today, and she also sent some pictures this week. She told me she had sent some pictures. But I chatted with her today, Poppy. And we're all fine. We're all doing good. And
I miss you. I love you. Take care of yourself. I'm glad you're feeling better. And I know that you're going to be getting that ultrasound pretty soon. I talked to the warden at the unit this week. Okay? I love you, mijo. Okay? Good night. And I saludos to the guys. You know who you are. And I received your envelope, the big envelope, and I received the one with the email. But I got the one with the pictures and stuff today. Okay? I sent the email to Jamila. Okay, so that's about it, Papi. I love you. Strong hug, strong bear hug. Okay? Love you. Good night. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Philip from Dallas, you're on the air.
Thank you. Hi, Hank.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in here. I'm a little under the weather, but oh well, you know. I think it's just the time of year. So anyway, this is for Dan the man on the Polonsky, darling. I want you to know I put a letter in the mail for you. I went to the post office and had to have it weighed. In fact, it's $2.80 worth of postage. Now that's how much there is in there. And it should smell fabulous because I sprayed it down in Fred Heyman 227. And I hope you enjoy it. And it just fills your little cell and your heart with something better. I know everything there must just stink all the time. So anyway, honey, I adore you. I need you. I've got the whole house tore up. I was going to redecorate the bedroom, and the next thing you know, I'm doing the foyer, the dining room. Oh, well. I'm in my element. I'm just trying to make it. I'm thinking of you, though, when I'm doing this. Like, would he like that? And I need 2 chairs, not 1. So I need you home. You stay well. You keep your head up, and you know that I'm down for you. You know this. You know this. So I love you. I love you. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. God bless you. And everybody give. I'm going to try to give, too, again. So it won't be much, but it'll be something.
It all counts.
It all counts.
It all counts. We appreciate all of it.
Thank you all so much for all you do.
Well, you're very welcome.
I appreciate you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Dan.
Georgina from England, calling for the Polonsky unit. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I've got a cold, but
Wow.
I probably sound terrible, but no,
Yes,
all
you
right.
sound horrible. Awful. The worst I've ever heard.
Really?
Well, no, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, dear. How are you guys, all right?
We're doing good.
Like $1 million every day.
I knew that was coming. Okay, I'm gonna get on with my shout out to Will, William Irvin and the Polonsky unit. Hi, Will. Yes, it's me. You know how many times I've phoned in? You will never guess. 148 times tonight.
How do you even know that?
And, because I'm phoning on my mobile and it gives me a readout.
Tie-dye wants to go next.
How many times? I wondered if like the lines were down or something. Anyway, right. I've got.
And then I want to go in 10
number
minutes.
1 and number 2. Fantastic letters. It's so funny when the Texans win. Your mood just goes right up, but it is so funny. I really enjoyed these letters. Thanks so much. You really raised my mood as well. I'll try and listen to this KKHT radio
KPFT.
station. No. It's a. Will you get off the line?
Hey! Don't listen to any other radio stations.
Listen, this is church, okay? He can listen to church if he wants to.
We have
All
Church
right?
of the Blues on this one.
Yeah, all right. Well, then, stop it. Anyway. I'm way going over 2 minutes now. I'm so sorry. I'm going to really hurry now. You keep interrupting me. Right. I want to say hi to Big G, John, and Jeff, if that's okay. Just thinking of them and stuff too, but not as much as you, because I just love you to bits. I wrote to Mandy and I've copied you in, like I've sent you a copy of every email I've sent to her with her replies, so you'll be completely up to speed on that. And I've also sent you the web stuff, but that's coming in the mail. It's not a JPEG because it would have taken like 1,000 stamps or something. Right, I'm going to be visiting the prison show, hopefully, in 2 weeks' time. So that'll be really cool.
Excellent.
Hopefully. Maybe be a bit useful for you guys.
Well, we'll put you to work.
Sorry?
We'll put you to work. You know how we are around here.
Oh, right, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my bed now because it's like I think it's like over 4:30 or something in the morning, and I'm going to try and go back to sleep. I think you guys are great. Will, I love you to bits, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Okay, you take care. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Good night.
Okay, I'm going to pitch again. We need the money here at the station to keep the prison show on KPFT and keep KPFT on the air so we can stay on the air on KPFT. It's that simple. 713-526-4000 is the number to call and make your pledge. Folks, we've been running a little long on some of these calls. Let's try and keep them to 2 minutes. And let me see. We're at Sandy. Sandy from Texarkana calling for Pulaski Unit.
Okay, thank you. I'm calling for Jedediah Murphy. I just want to shout out to my sweetheart and tell him I miss him, and I wish I could see him, and I wanted to know, did you get the money? I hope you're good, and I'll see you soon. I heard Mom Bella call you last time, and I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thanks, KPFT.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Laurie from Dallas, you're on the air.
Hi, this shout out is for my husband, Jeff Purble, at the Pulaski unit. Hey, baby, it's me, your Lori Love. I just wanted to say that I was with you yesterday, and I'm with you today, baby, and I'm so sorry about yesterday. But I love you, Jeff, and I thought we had the best visit we've had in a long time. And I wanted to let you know that your baby girl will be there to see you either on Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. And also Danielle wanted me to let you know that she sends her love, and she's thinking of you too. And I love you, Jeff, so much. And I promised I'd call and give a shout out to let you know when you'd get a visit. So I will be there the following weekend to see you. But that's all I wanted to say. Good night, Jeff. I love you. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, Clarence, how you doing?
Well, I'm making some day to day, man. I'm still trying to hold on.
I didn't mean to have to cut you off last week. We just ran flat out of time.
I understand. Remember, I've been listening to you since 1980.
Well, you know how it works.
So I understand. But I sent you a text earlier, so I asked her to go tell Mysterious Mike to go get it. But if you don't get it, you'll see me by Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Say, I want to holler at the boys on Pulaski and tell them how I'm doing. Old Clarence Brown, old Johnny Barnes out of San Antonio, old Curry, old Polo, old Wardell King in 3 Building, the Spriggs, wherever you at. I hope you don't go wrong by now, but if you haven't, man, I'm hollering at all you brothers, man. Then y'all know, man, I'm still trying to hang in here, man. I just finally learned how to pick up the radio station on my telephone tonight. So I hit the last 30 minutes of the show, so I'm doing a little bit better, man. It's just a blessing each day. And I'm going to try to do what I can, man. Well, I cramp up a lot because I got this bone cancer, but I'm walking it out every day, man, doing as much as I can. And y'all take care, man. I ain't old Mysterious Mike, old Ray Hill, wherever you're out there, son. I'm thinking about you, boy. I still got you on speed dial on my phone. So y'all take care.
Well, hit him up. It's his birthday today.
It is?
Yep.
I think I'll wait about 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Make it good and late.
Yeah. He'll probably like that. But I'm gonna give him a buzz then tonight. Y'all take care, man. I'll try to get a hold of y'all next week if I can.
All right.
So,
all right.
Y'all take care now.
Well, have a great weekend.
All right.
All righty. We'll talk to you next week.
Okie doke.
All right. Okay, now we're going to Miss Di, who wants to do her shout-outs now.
Hi, this is Di. I hope this finds you all doing well and feeling fine. I have a few shout-outs tonight. First, to Gabriel at Polunsky. I certainly enjoyed our visit this week, and I'll be back to see you on Tuesday. Tuesday, not Monday. I have a shout-out for Virginia at Polunsky. I will also see you on Tuesday. I have a shout-out for Big Will at Polunsky. It was nice seeing you this week, and I will see you again soon. I also have a shout-out for Stephen Sandblum at Darrington. I just sent you a letter as well as the name of someone who may be able to help you, and I'll get back with you on more about that. As always, peace and love to all who hear this as well as those who don't.
All right. Well, now we're going to go back to the calls. Folks, we need the phone lines to keep ringing, 713-526-4000. I don't know how you feel about it, but I can't think of a program more worthy of keeping on the air than the Prison Show. Now, I know I'm a little partial about it because I love this gang and I love the ability to get over here and do this show. And Ray for starting it and making this Texas radio institution what it is. But without your help, this station won't exist and this show won't exist. Or we'll have to take it somewhere else where maybe everybody won't see or hear it. And we don't want to do that. We want to stay right here, 90.1 KPFT, Houston, Texas, The Prison Show, every Friday night, 9 to 11. And it's you that keeps us on the air. We help her. We do our part. We come up here and volunteer all the time. We all give money. We volunteer doing events and stuff to help raise more money. But it's a constant struggle because the bills don't stop coming. And, you know, we don't get I don't get a paycheck. Miss Linda doesn't. None of us get a paycheck. Nope. And if we did, it all say zero on it, you know, because we're volunteers. So we need you to step up and do your part, 713-526-4000. And let me see, where are we now? We're back to Adriana in Houston calling for, I can't read it, for Carol Vance Unit.
Hi, my name's Adriana Guerrero, and I'm calling to say I love you to my husband, Larry Wayne Guerrero, who's at the Carol Vance Unit. I've called 2 weeks in a row, and he has been asleep, so hopefully tonight he's awake to listen. He said he thought he heard his name last week. He says that he thought he was dreaming, he thought he heard it, and then, I don't know, he didn't. He woke up. But I just want to tell him that I love him, and I'll be there first thing in the morning, and I can hardly wait to see him. And thank you guys for the radio show and for letting us do this and letting our loved ones hear this also. It means a lot.
Well, that's what this show is really deeply about.
No, we appreciate it.
Well, thank
you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Have a great weekend, great visit, and all that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. We've got Mysterious Mike on the line here.
Hello, I'd like to do some shout-outs. This is Mysterious Mike for the Historic Prison Show. I'd like to do some shout-outs to the guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Dennis Hope, Stephen Russell, Yovan in Spring Branch, Philip in Dallas, Kay Money in Houston, Philip Perez in Houston. Carla Riviera wants me to do a shout-out to Alex Molina at the Telford Unit. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out to Rito Estrada on Payday. Shout-out to Bonton Mickey in Houston. Michelle Bateman in Houston, Doc, DJ Matt, Oz, DJ Thomas in Houston, Frank Klepper at the Gory Unit, Jive and Jimmy, Haas, Danger, and Lucky here in Houston. I'd like to do some shout-outs to Michael S. Garcia at the Ferguson Unit, Juan F. Carlos Esparza at the Stringfellow Unit, F. Bernard at the Darrington Unit, Howard S. Pruitt at the Polunsky Unit, Jose Herrera. I'd like to do some shout-outs to Edward Darrell Harmon at the Polunsky Unit, Abel R. Ocheo at the Polunsky Unit, Christopher Dye at the Darrington Unit. Congratulations, Clarence Lee Bowman in San Angelo, Texas, on getting out. Bill R. Sims at the Wynn Unit, John R. Green at the Terrell Unit, Robert Satillo at the Wynn Unit, K-Day Keble at the Polunsky Unit, Adam Wilkerson at the Luther Unit, and let's see, and let's see, Edward Rees at the Terrell Telford unit. And y'all can continue writing me at 419 Lovett Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77006 for KPFT and the Historic Prison Show. Now back to Hank and Linda on the Prison Show.
And we've got Danny in here, too. Danny, you want to do your shout-out now?
I sure do. William Owens from the Polunsky unit. I did get your letter here at the station. Thank you. And I'm sorry I haven't gotten back with you. I will be getting back with you, and I will look that information up. Sorry it's taken me a little while. I'm slow. I have to apologize. You can ask my other friends. I am slow. Brian Davis enjoyed the visit yesterday. I will see Billy Wardlow tomorrow night. And Philo, see you too. If you're back, I will see you.
I love you, Brian Davis.
She does. She loves you.
All righty.
That's it.
That wraps it up?
That
All right.
wraps it up.
In that case, let me get back to the calls here. And we've got Miss Nancy from Sulphur Springs calling for the Polunsky unit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, Daniel. This is Mama, and I love you with all my heart. I always enjoy getting to say hello to you on every shout-out. Today I sat out on the front porch this afternoon with a cup of coffee and didn't leave the house except to go to the mailbox to find a letter from you that I was, as always, glad to get. And I sent you a letter yesterday. I talked to Dorcas late this afternoon, and she has gotten her letter too. And Sherry I talked to yesterday, and she said she will let me know when she gets things done for sure. And last Wednesday, I was not expecting a phone call from Nathan, but he was driving on his job as we talked about first one thing and another, just small stuff. And then before he had to go, he asked how you were doing and asked me to tell you hello, and he loves you. And I told him I would. And I'll say good night for now and talk to you next time. Keep me in your prayers, and I will keep you in my prayers. And I love you with all my heart. And thank y'all, everybody, and have a good weekend on KPFT.
You have a good weekend too, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maria from Dallas, you're on the air.
Hi, I would like to send a shout out to Michael. Babe, I love and miss you. I sent you the card today with the pictures, so you should be getting that next week. It was good to hear your voice. I'm glad you can call home now. And you can call me Monday either at lunchtime, 11:30, or when I get out of work at 5:30. It's up to you. I sent you $50 today. Mom said it was good talking to you. Take care. Keep on your prayers, reading your Bible. I'm here for you. Have a good night and weekend, and I hope to hear from you Monday. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Good night. Okay, now we have Merrick and Kat. You're on the air.
Hi, it's Kat. I just wanted to give a quick shout-out to my friend Anthony Shore, or T-Bone, as he likes to be called. Just wanted to let him know that I love him, and I hope that everything is going all right. And I'm sorry if I haven't replied to your recent letters. I've been out of state, but there's good reason for that, as he'll come to see. So, yeah, I just hope everything's going all right. And I'm glad that I get the opportunity to say this to him.
Yes, this is Kat's friend, Rennick, and I just want to give a shout-out to my friend John Rubio. And I haven't talked to John in a good while, and that's my fault. I just wanted to let him know that he's in my thoughts, and I hope he's doing well. And I want to also give a shout-out to Anthony T-Bone Shore. I know we don't particularly know each other, but I know he's been a great friend to Kat, and I really appreciate that. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. We'll hopefully get down to Texas here pretty soon and get to see Anthony. So, all right, we appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Good night. Thanks for calling. Shirley from Longview, how are you doing tonight?
Just fine. How about you?
Just fine.
I was just calling to do a shout out to Blaine. I want to tell Blaine I enjoyed my visit last Saturday. We all enjoyed it. Everybody sends their love and tells you hi, and that they love you and that they're praying for you. And coming from Tierra, she said tell you hi, big guy, and that you won the music game, so you get to pick first next week. Saturday. She said she's hoping to be there. So she said be ready because you may not win this week. She said, but I love you, and she's gonna try to get there tomorrow to see you, and I will get there as soon as I can. And everybody loves you, and you hold your head up, okay? And I will talk to you next Friday, hopefully, if I'm not there before then. But hopefully I'll get there as soon as I can. But I love you, and thank you, guys.
Good night, Shirley. Have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, we need to pitch one more time. Then we'll come back in a little while and do it again after these last couple of calls. 713-526-4000. Please call and make a pledge in any amount. Let's keep this show on the air. Let's keep KPFT on the air another 47 years and another 37 for this show. The only way we can do that is your help.
Miriam from Carpets, you're on the air.
Yes. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, just fine. You doing okay?
I'm doing all right. I just got home from our services, so I wanted to give a shout-out to my husband, David, at the Polunsky unit. We'll be there tomorrow. And is it okay if I sound the shofar real quick?
Get after it.
Sure, just a moment. Okay, that didn't start out very good, but
that's okay.
It's like me blowing an old cow's horn out in the woods calling the dogs. You know?
I know.
That's all right. God hears it.
No, I just walked in the door, so I was kind of rushed trying to get here before I got on the phone. But I wanted to say, David, I love you very much. I miss you so very much. I can't wait for lockdown to be all over. But I wanted to say hi to Carl Curry, and I'll see him tomorrow. And Jimmy Todd, God bless you. And John Ramirez, I'm sorry I haven't written to you. And the men on the death row, just keep prayers. Also, T.J. Hernandez and Trotter, T.J. and all the guys in Building 8. I also want to say yes to Alejandro, the Yes It's Me, that's shouting from Corpus Christi. He sent me a letter and said, is that really you down there? And I said, yes, it is. So, but I have, anyway, it's been a busy day getting home. So, David, I love you so very much, and I look forward to seeing you. I can't visit with you, but I look forward to seeing you from afar, and I miss you so very much. And I want to just miss you, David. And Gregorio, I haven't talked to Claudia in a couple of days, but I will. So thank you, guys. And is it okay if I sing the erotic blessing?
Of course.
Yep. Okay. And that's from Numbers 22. Oh, I'm sorry, Numbers, and it's, sorry, Numbers 6:22 through 27. And it's the Lord bless you and keep you. Lord, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Lord, lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace, his shalom. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmarecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'hunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hank. And David, I love you very, very much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Good night, Miriam.
Thank you, guys, for having this show. God bless you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, too. Bye-bye.
And Dana from Honolulu calling for the Polinsky unit. You're our final caller of the evening.
Hi, I'm calling for my husband, Jacob Blackman. Baby, I just wanted to say that I just got your letter today about your mom. I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully she's doing okay. We're doing good. Just wanted to tell you to have a good weekend, and hopefully the lockdown will be done this weekend or this week. So can't wait to hear from you, and I'll be waiting for your call. And I love you, and I miss you very much. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you so much for calling. So we don't get many Hawaii calls, so we're glad when we do.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that concludes the calls for this evening. I want to thank everybody that called. You know, that really, really is what this show is mainly about. We try and impart a little death row news, a little services, a little of what's going on in the TDCJ, you know, various things. We try and cover the issues some, but these calls really are what the meat of the show is. And Ray instilled that in us, and it's as true today as it ever was. Again, happy birthday, Ray. I know you'll listen to this show on the archives if you're not, sitting up there with a cup of coffee late night right now, you know.
He's probably partying.
Well, he might be. You can't ever tell. It's his birthday. Let him have it. But, you know, I can't tell you folks how honored is a good word, I guess, for how honored I am to get to be a host on this show and share my time with, you know, Linda and Danny and Mike and David and Dee Dee and, you know, just everybody, and Di and, you know, everybody. And everybody up here has a job to do, and they all do it out of the goodness of their hearts. And, we got one more caller here. All right, I might have been fibbing about that last call, but we got just enough time. Leah from Florida calling for the Polinsky unit. Boy,
yes,
you made it in under the wire.
This is just a quick shout-out for Tony. Funk it up, my dear. I hope this made you smile tonight hearing your song. Love you to the moon and back and 1,000 times over. Hang in there. Sending you a big hug your way. Sweet dreams. And thank you, everybody, for everything you do and for playing his song tonight. That meant a lot.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night. And David, our producer, just walked in.
Yeah, I just wanted to, you know that song, Funk It Up?
Funk It Up.
That's pretty cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was in there jamming a while ago.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that pledged tonight. We did really well.
And Anonymous.
And Anonymous, thank you so much. You know who you are. And if you called in and you pledged money tonight, we really, really thank you. You know, none of us here, we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
And most of us dig down in our pockets and we give too. Because that's what KPFT means to us. This isn't just another pitch, but if you do call 713-526-4000, we will answer that phone. But I'm just telling you from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because for years, I don't know how many of you guys know, but this is David Collingsworth. My number is 540-850. I've been in and out 3 times now. I've got 15 flat under my belt. And I'd lay up in that 6x9, and I would listen to Ray, or I'd listen to David Babb. And the show became personal to me. My family never called in, but you, the callers, always became my family. And I would keep up with the girls. They'd come in and sing "You Are My Sunshine," and I'd listen to the news about Tokyo.
And they're all grown. Just
yeah, they're all grown.
Shoot, man.
And I've never met Tokyo, but I feel like he's my brother, you know.
Yeah.
And Ray's always been my mentor, and it's his birthday tonight. And you know, he's 77 years old, and it's just really cool that the show's been around that long.
Yeah.
And that the callers, you guys love us so much and appreciate us that we've done our goal, and we really, really thank you for that. 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So y'all stay tuned for Dean Becker, Cultural Package.
I was here for 2 shows earlier that didn't make it, so thank you.
Hello, dear listeners. Today we want some